Hi guys! Let's get to work. ACAB, or ACAB, is an acronym and a slogan often used by anarchists and socialists. The slogan stands for all cops are bastards, or all cops are bad. And obviously, this is one of those hot, fiery, leftist ideas that we sort of just throw out there because it's edgy, and it's not normal to say something like, all cops are bad. And then that confuses normies. So I'm here to make sure that the normies aren't confused anymore. ACAB doesn't mean that everyone who is a cop is a bad person. The left, at least the left that likes to agree with me, doesn't believe that bad people who are intrinsically, inherently bad in themselves even exist. So why would we even say something like that? It means, literally, the fact that we have an institution of cops is bad. ACAB is a criticism of the institution of the police, not a criticism of individuals who are police officers. Why criticize the institution of the police? Well, the ideological explanation for why the cops exist is basically protect and serve. They protect and serve us. Their job is to protect and serve the citizenry of the country. But that's just not the systemic function that they serve in reality. A police officer's job, as the police are constituted today, is to enforce the law. Who creates laws? Politicians do. How do politicians get elected in this system? By taking donations from corporations and the wealthy. So really, in truth, the cops only serve and protect the wealthy and their interests and their property. Because the cops' job is to enforce laws that are made by politicians that are owned, literally owned, by the rich. But people who are cops aren't born rich, usually. They're born as members of the working class. So they're born into the working class, and then they join this institution to become defenders of the ruling class. They're class traitors. And I don't understand how this couldn't be any more clear right now, because if we look around ourselves in our country, we literally are seeing the cops defending the interests of the wealthy and private property against the working class. And who started this most recent cycle of violence? The cops did when they killed George Floyd, a member of the working class. And incidents like the murder of George Floyd are not accidents. They're not some bad apple, some bad cop. He was surrounded by 3 other dudes who were also cops, who did nothing, who were just watching it happen. These things happen as systemic consequences. It's the intersection of our police system, capitalism, and racism, as well as other forms of systemic bigotry. Think about it. If you're an aggressive, angry white guy, and you're like a bully or whatever, or even like you get bullied and then you have a chip on your shoulder, you can just become a police officer and bully the whole world. Because there's an imbalance of power. They have authority. They're given authority by the state to do violence and to arrest you. Now technically citizens' arrests exist as well, but if you try to citizens arrest a cop and then he shoots you, chances are the system will be on the cop's side. The police as they're constituted today are the embodiment of the monopoly on violence that the state holds over our people, us. The actual fucking working people who live in the country. So when I see a racist cop kill a black person, I don't think, oh, damn it, racism, dude. People are just racist. This guy was just racist. I think, why do we have a system built up so that racist people can just join it and get the power they need to do these things? Police as we know them today haven't existed forever. And they don't need to exist forever. If we wanted to have authentic community policing, we could do it that way. Instead of this statist, militarized, top-down, authoritarian, punitive approach to policing that we see in our present times in reality. Because when we say all cops are bastards or all cops are bad, we're not saying, I repeat, that anybody is essentially bad or essentially a bad person. We don't think that way. The left does not think that way. We think people react and are produced by their environment and by our systems. Our systems make us who we are. Our environments, our material conditions make us who we are. So, if we change them, we can change people's actions. So, like, if we didn't have a system where it's literally people's job to violently enforce the law and they have total power to just do that, and this is this like bloated, worshipped, filleted position that exists in our culture, if we didn't have it, then maybe we wouldn't see so much excess extrajudicial violence. That's really all we're saying. So I hope I elucidated that for everybody. And always remember, Black Lives Matter. And Mother Anarchy loves all of her sons.